Okay, so all it basically starts. We're gonna be using this like outdated timeline I made, right?
And we're gonna add stuff.
Yeah, I used this for the. I made this like a year ago. I used it for the What Scott Really Said to Matt Pat video. But this is kind of it's a pretty good timeline. But it's not fully correct because of the new Help Wanted DLC info, basically confirming the books are canon. So I'm gonna be doing little interludes so that we make sure it's correct. Okay. Okay. So, basically the first thing that happens, I think, I've came to the conclusion that it is still the opening of Fredbear's Singing Show. William opens Fredbear's Singing Show. And it opens in probably the 70s. I want to say Fall Fest 1970. He has these suits. He makes himself a little spring Bonnie suit here. There's a Fredbear suit, which you don't know what it looks like. It's at Fall Fest 1970. And there's 3 other suits. And these suits are presumably made by Edwin. Based on information we have in the books. Made by Edwin. So he hires Edwin. Edwin seemingly being a sort of third founder of Freddy's, right? We always believed it was kind of William and Henry, but it seems Edwin and the phone guy actually both played a much bigger role in the series than we believed. So he opens Fredbear's Singing Show with costumes made by him and Edwin. And around the same time, Henry over here makes his first creation. It's not a full animatronic. It's a wooden boy with a balloon. It's Balloon Boy being Henry's first creation. Alright? Are you writing this down?
Uh-huh.
Where are you at? Created by Henry.
Wooden.
Wait, created by Edwin. Henry makes wooden body. Okay.
Boy.
Yeah.
With balloon.
Yeah, he makes that. That's his first creation. Now, moving on. The Fredbear Singing Show business is growing. It's got a full circus now with little cardboard cutouts of a few new characters that William has kind of played with in his mind. Freddy, Bonnie, Foxy, characters like that. And he made a Eclipse character as well. It's a little puppet. It's not an animatronic. It's a puppet looking thing. Which is at the Fredbear Singing Show, which plays every Fall Fest in Hurricane, Utah. And yeah, it's Eclipse. Eclipse is like the next type of character that's introduced. So, after that, Henry constructs the first animatronic. When Chica says she was the first, she means that she was the first animatronic built, not the first killed. And Henry builds the first animatronic, being Chica, for his location that he creates. He creates Chica's Party World. Yeah, so he creates Chica's Party World as his first location. Maybe Funtime Chica's there. Maybe it's a Chica more like this. But definitely one of them is there. It's one of Funtime Chica or Scrap Chica, but obviously all fixed up. Probably looking like FNAF 1 Chica. And yeah, he opens up Chica's Party World and adds the mediocre melodies, which are off-brand versions of the Freddy's characters. So Ned Bear instead of Fred Bear, stuff like that. He adds the Freddy's, the mediocre melodies, which are the next characters introduced. Yeah. And so they actually merge William and Henry to create a new location called Fredbear's Family Diner. Now, Fredbear's Family Diner, it's just location where the suits, are both suits and they're also animatronics because Henry works well with animatronics, William works well with suits, and Henry works in the Fredbear suit while William works in the Spring Bonnie suit. And so they close down Chica's Party World and they begin a new venture. Now the new venture is to kind of use those old characters that William was toying around with, bring them all in here, also bring Chica back, and make Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. A location, the 1985 location, the location you see in Into the Pit, it is that location. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, 1985 location. And there are some scrapped animatronics here, being Purple Freddy, Sparky the dog, maybe torture Freddy and Ella. Those could also be some scrappy animatronics. There's scrappy animatronics that almost made it into this location, but they didn't make it. They were scrapped. They left in the back room. All right. And so they make a TV show about all these characters interacting, making a cinematic universe. Fredbear and Friends. But Spring Bonnie's not there. Spring Bonnie is not in that series, which is a little weird to William. So, yeah, Fredbear and Friends. With all this newfound, where they have to do so much work creating, new animatronics and having multiple locations open. William says, hey, I know a guy. He helped me in the past. And they go and hire Edwin. This guy named Edwin. He's a guy. He's just like your average dude. He's a mechanic guy. He builds animatronics. And Edwin has a son. What is the name of his son? I don't know the book lore, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, David. David is his name. So David, he has a son named David.
Wait, that's also Crying Child's name.
That is also Crying Child's possible name. That is extremely interesting. What if David is actually referring to him? No, there's no way. There's no way. Having the same name, I don't know. That's something Scott likes to do a lot, is give characters the same name. So it's probably, I don't know, probably doesn't mean anything, but maybe it does. But yeah, David. David has a Tiger Rock plushie. He carries around with him everywhere. He cradles it in his arms, which will be important at some point. And Henry, who's always off at work. Where's the Tiger Rock? This is the Tiger Rock plushie as well. This is what it looks like. He always carries this Tiger Rock plushie. And so, because he's always at work, he builds David an animatronic called the Mimic, which will mimic his acts and become a good friend. And eventually, David gets ran over by a car, and in a fit of rage, Edwin beats the Mimic animatronic, who's still trying to mimic David to death, basically. If you can call an Endo's life a death. So basically, that is what happens with the whole storyline in the Mimic. Not this Henry stuff that I believe, even though it ties so well together. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was right before with the multiple universes. Maybe the book universe is still an alternate universe, and maybe Secret of the Mimic and Help Wanted 2 and Security Breach and VR1 take place in a different universe than the first games. Who knows? Who knows here? But with what it's looking like right now, this is like Edwin stuff. It's not Henry like I put here. So, apparently, simultaneously to the Mimic, Henry also creates a security bot to watch over his child. Who is, the security puppet. And the security puppet is put in a place at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. And Charlotte, who is meant to look after William's daughter, also dies in a car-related accident, with William driving up in his car and killing Charlotte, being the first murder of the series. It's still being puppet.
What if William didn't know that was Henry's daughter?
I think he would know. I mean, they're so close. So, Henry's sad, but William drives his car. He kills Charlotte, and she becomes the first death, and she possesses the puppet, the first one to possess, because that's what the puppet's programmed to do. They don't need to be stuffed or anything, because puppet is programmed to be like that. And it happens during the Take Cake minigame and also the Midnight Motorist minigame. So, later that night, he goes to the Junior's location. What is the Junior's location? If I had to guess right now, I'm going to say it's Fredbear's. Junior's is Fredbear's. And that he's not allowed back, and that this green guy is Phone Guy, and that he's not allowed back because, I don't know, maybe he was angry about Spring Bonnie, not being in the show. Maybe it's something else. But he's mad, and he's not allowed back there, and that's why because he's not allowed back, he goes and he kills Charlotte. So, he's not allowed back there. The Crying Child keeps running away. He's the one that runs away in the Midnight Motorist. He breaks through his window. He runs away with, I don't know. It's like your friend Fredbear. And, he keeps visiting this location, the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza location, not Fredbear's, because they have a carousel, and it's very important that his favorite ride was the carousel, and they have a carousel at the Five Nights at Freddy's VR location from the first Five Nights at Freddy's VR game, which we know is the same location where the murders happened, which means it is the 1985 location, confirming that he goes to that location. Alright? And so the kid sitting in the chair, that is Foxy Bro, that is Michael Afton. And he's sitting there in the sixth location room, watching his show. You know, what is it called? The Immoral and the Restless. Yeah. And so William, now being banned from Fredbear's, opens up his own venture. He begins to work on some new animatronics. A circus clown, his own version of Freddy. The characters he made. Freddy, Bonnie, Foxy, but not Chica. Specifically not Chica, because he didn't create Chica. That was Henry. Now, Funtime Chica still exists, and that is most likely because they were maybe at Chica's Party World. Maybe Henry built them, or maybe I'm wrong, and he did build a Funtime Chica, and it's just for some reason not in Sisi location. But Funtime Chica's always been special from the others, and that's because William didn't create Chica. Henry created Chica. And he bases this Circus Baby animatronic off of Elizabeth, but does not let her go to it, because he liked murdering Charlotte, he enjoyed it, and he wants to do it some more. So he creates some animatronics that are programmed to lure and kill kids. And he opens this new location with all these animatronics called Circus Baby's Pizza World. Circus Baby's Pizza World. And, see, this part I don't know about. Are the Funtime animatronics, specifically Funtime Freddy and Funtime Foxy, possessed? And that is something I don't know. Are they possessed? Because I don't know if they are. There's no gravestones for them after FNAF 6.
In FNAF 1, there's the poster.
Yes. There's a poster that says that this is evidence that I was talking about with Leo before. And so I don't really fully know. There's a FNAF 1 poster that specifically lays out that here we have 5 children going missing, which is obviously Five Nights at Freddy's missing children's incident. Here we have the shutdown. Here we have its closing. And then here we have kids vanish. And we have 2 local children who were lured into the back of a Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. 2. Specifically 2. Now, we've never seen anything else about these kids except for this poster, which could just be they haven't found the other ones yet. Maybe there's only 2 so far. Except, you know, there is some evidence that all 5 died at the same day. Also, in the FNAF 6 monologue that Henry has, he talks about your spirits will be set free, and he refers to the Molten Freddy. Now, some people believe that this is the FNAF 1 animatronics being put into the Molten animatronics, but I feel like their souls were all set free during FNAF 3. So it's really left unclear. Maybe it's Agony. Maybe it is 2 children who went missing. And we just don't know their names. Maybe they're Edwin's son. That's something I just thought about. Here's another dead kid we know in the series. Maybe there are 2 other dead kids we know in the series. Edwin's son, and maybe it's like Henry had a secret son or something. We don't know who or what the Funtime animatronics are. And it's so annoying. So it could be those 2 kids. It could be Agony. But they're definitely possessed. If I had to say right now, I don't know. I'd probably say Agony because that's what I want it to be. But the 2 kids thing is really interesting. The 2 kids going missing separately. So maybe it is 2 kids possessing each one. So that's what I put here. Because that's what the evidence points to. The evidence points to that each one is possessed by a kid who went missing and was lured into a back room by William at Freddy's location and their remnant was scooped into the Funtime animatronics because just for testing to see if it would work, and it did. They got possessed. He also kills his wife. Finds out about what he's doing with these experiments, and William ends up killing her, and she ends up possessing Ballora. So Mrs. Afton possesses Ballora. You can put that. Mrs. Afton possesses Ballora. So on opening day of Circus Baby's Pizza World, I almost had to sneeze. Elizabeth is killed. Now, does this happen before or after this incident? I kind of lean to before, and that's why he has to do it at Freddy's.
Wait.
Maybe it's after, and he was experimenting. But these two things happen pretty close to each other.
Henry and William both had a daughter that died while they were kids.
And so it backfires, and Circus Baby ends up killing William's own daughter, Elizabeth. On opening day, and the crying child, her brother, watches it all happen. And so he blames William, on a gas leak, and closes the location because he's so sad about his daughter's death, and reuses all the animatronics in Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rentals. Now, it's time for Fall Fest 83. There's some animatronics that they built there just for fun. This Sun animatronic, Dreadbear, the Carney. Just for a fun Halloween 1983. Which is even celebrated at Fredbear's during the Halloween DLC. Now, after that, maybe Cryingchild's birthday is in November, honestly. After that, after that incident with his daughter dying, he wants to make sure the crying child doesn't die. So he puts in his old Funtime animatronics these sound illusion discs to make them look like nightmare animatronics, to make them look like the crying child's worst fear that these animatronics could be. And he monitors him with the Fredbear plushie, who will, talk to him. Now, is the room the crying child is in, is it separate from the rest of the house? Because that'd be really stupid, but it is probably true based on the blueprints of this location. So it seems Crying Child's put in a different room to make it even more secure. And he is put in a bed, and he is tortured by these nightmares that William has created using the sound illusion discs.
But in the Freddy files, it says that Foxy comes from the kitchen. In
what?
The Freddy files books.
Yeah, but he made two houses. And one of the just so that, Crying Child could be possessed. To be tormented. I don't even know. It's stupid, that part. I wish they were the same house, but based on the blueprints of this location, they're different houses. So he monitors him with this. He makes a sound illusion disc to make him, to make the crying child get scared so he doesn't keep running off to Freddy's. It's the only thing that'll work. Now he's deathly scared of the animatronics. He won't run away, so he gets out of harm's way. So he'll stop. He'll get out of harm's way. He won't die like Elizabeth. William makes sure of that to make him scared. And the thing he was most scared of already was witnessing the death of his sister. So he's already scared of their stomachs opening up. And basically what he saw was, the one teaser from FNAF 4. What exists can be easily misinterpreted in the eyes of a child or something like that. It seems to him that they're eating her from their stomach. So that's why characters like Fredbear, Nightmare Fredbear, and Nightmare have a stomach teeth, because he watched them eat his sister using their stomach. So, that's what the nightmares basically are. And he gets nightmares of other things. The balloon kid manifests as Balloon Boy. This kid's finger trap manifests as Plush Trap. Maybe this is Bon Bon in the mini arenas, or like a Biddy Bat with a sound illusion disc. And this happens during the day.
This is what I've got so far.
Yo, are you gonna flip it over?
Yeah.
This is what happens during the day. Now, he also his fears, even looking at the shadows of Fredbear and Spring Bonnie, which he has to go to in the week leading up to his birthday, because he has to go to in the week leading up to his birthday because that's where his dad works. His dad wants to keep an eye on him. He has to go there, and even the shadows manifest, and all of his torture is manifested within them to create agony. And that agony manifests as Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie. The agony of the crying child's torture. So that is where the first game in the series officially takes place. Five Nights at Freddy's 4. So Five Nights at Freddy's 4, basically, it's the first game in the timeline, and we see this firsthand, what the crying child is going through. The week leading up to his birthday, he's continuously tormented by these animatronics, and on the last day, his brother stuffs him in the mouth of Fredbear. And in 1983, he is bit.
Bit by
killing
his
him.
own plushie.
Yeah, killing him. Fredbear animatronic kills him. And Michael sits there saying, "I'm sorry," which we see. Only Michael is able to be there on his deathbed. William still doesn't show up, but Michael's there. He says, "I'm sorry," and walks away. And then the rest of the cutscene is William trying to communicate to him through the Fredbear plushie, saying, "We'll see your friends. I'll put you back together." Now the box, the contents of the box. So Scott confirmed that there's nothing in the box. Like, he does not know what's in the box, which is really interesting, because that means that there's stuff that Scott doesn't know, which, I mean, is stupid. So I always believed that the box, he said that the box is an unfinished trail. And I actually always believed that in this whole theory. I put that it's the dream theory. It's the original story for the games that got left unfinished and locked away because he decided to change the direction. So I put dream theory. This is the dream theory video. It's locked away in the box. Scott put it in there. That's what's in the box. And William talks to the Fredbear plushie saying, "I'll put you back together." And in a coma, the crying child goes through his nightmares one last time and is killed on night 8 by Nightmare, which is the resemblance of death. Nightmare and Nightmarion are both resemblances of death. Alright, so he kills him, and they shut down Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, discontinue the spring locks, throw him out, and the crying child becomes the first kid to possess Golden Freddy, or Fredbear. He possesses Fredbear. Right, so William's angry, and he has to get that anger out, and there's only one way he knows. So he lures. What? Bro, drop his pencil. Leo's writing this all down. William lures 5 kids to get his anger out. He lures 5 kids on Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. He lowers them into a back room. He stuffs them in a suit, and they all die. These kids being Gabriel, Susie, Fritz, Gabriel, Susie, Fritz, who am I forgetting? Jeremy, and Cassidy. Cassidy right here. So he lures them. He tells Susie that her dog that died is still alive. He lures them using different methods. He actually did kill Susie's dog. At least in this interpretation. And they all possess Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, Foxy, and Golden Freddy. And the dog that he killed actually ends up possessing Sparky.
Sparky isn't really canon.
He is.
He was, according
He's in
to
the movie.
Yeah.
Maybe Sparky's like a different location. I'm wrong. Maybe it's a different location. Maybe it's a restaurant, Doggo back again, that cameo. Maybe that's what Sparky says, who knows. Anyways, the puppet.
Wait a minute. The dog possessed Darko.
Yo. Darko possesses Sparky? Anyway. In the Game Says Use Life minigame, the puppet, gives life to all these kids, right? Letting them possess the animatronics. And, maybe that's why the fun animatronics not fully there, because the puppet wasn't there for them. And so they possess each animatronic, and Cassidy not being able to fully possess Golden Freddy because it's now split. And that's why Golden Freddy's so weird, because it's not fully controlled by any one person. So it can't really do all the things that the other ones can do. It can't really walk around. It's just kind of there because it's possessed by both Cassidy and the crying child. They both possess Golden Freddy together. And William's suspected and arrested, but they don't have enough evidence, so he gets set free. And they smell the odors coming from the animatronics of the corpses, and they shut down. Oh, they shut down Freddy's. Freddy's is shut down. So William tells Michael. He says, "Go down to Circus Baby's rental. You'll find your sister there. Put her back together, right?"
Ooh, I'm kind of behind. The kids.
Wait, where you at? Leo's at what? Brown. Chat, what do you guys think Jackson's hair color is? Some people say it's red. I would say it's brown.
I'd say it's black.
No. Just because he has black eyebrows does not mean that. Okay. Leo's at also withered Freddy. Go into Freddy, also withered Freddy. What is this? Crying child possessed Golden Freddy, also withered Freddy.
Also withered Golden Freddy.
Wait, he possesses withered Golden Freddy?
Oh my god. I mean, withered Fredbear, I'm supposed to say.
What is... Oh, are you saying that Golden Freddy is withered Fredbear?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he kills his kids. William did possessing Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, and Golden Freddy. Also got possessed by Cassidy, one of the kids. Wait. Possesses Golden Freddy. There you go. And Freddy's closes due to the corpse smell. There you go. Puppet gives the children life to possess the animatronics, and William is arrested but let free. Okay, now you're caught up. So he's arrested, let free, and Freddy Fazbear's closes. Freddy Fazbear's closes. Freddy Fazbear's closes. You can put that on there. Freddy Fazbear's closes, and so William tells Michael to go down to Circus Baby's rental, to find his little sister and put her back together. But they confuse, because he looks a lot like his father, obviously, between these two fathers. They confuse him for his father. They confuse him for William. They hate William because William killed them. So that is where the second game in the timeline happens, being sister location. So, the events of sister location happen. Michael is scooped, entered, amalgamation of all the Funtime animatronics goes inside of him, and they walk around, but the corpse rots, with, Michael living through the experiments through pure, agony, possessing his body. Yeah. And, so Ennard is out there, and Michael is out there now, but he's all purple and rotted. And, this whole conversation happens between Scott Games and FNAF World. And, the Stitch Wraith, which is what Ennard was becoming, lets go of Circus Baby. Circus Baby's kicked out. And so the rest of Ennard becomes Molten Freddy. And Circus Baby becomes Scrap Baby. So now there's two cryptids roaming around Freddy's, right? Roaming around this Utah town. So now the new security thing with a little Christmas reference. They're upgraded with security, but the because of that, the old Freddy's animatronics, they have to use them for parts, and they become all withered and become the withered animatronics, and they open up Freddy Fazbear's Pizza 2. Criminal. Oh yeah, Freddy Fazbear's 2. The toy Foxy animatronic keeps getting dismantled by the kids and becomes Mangle. Bone Guy, the security guard, has his week nights there, and then he is followed by Michael having his week nights there. And that is FNAF 2. That is the events of FNAF 2, the game. And while he's there, sorry, not Michael. This is not Michael. This is not Daco. This is Jeremy Fitzgerald, I believe. Yes, that is Jeremy Fitzgerald. He has his nights, and he is believed to be the one who the Bite of 87 is done by. Now, no one knows who did it. Is it Toy Chica? Is it Withered Foxy? I like to believe it's Withered Foxy. Is it Mangle? Who knows? But he's presumably the one that's bit. Someone bites him. Some animatronic. It'll be a mystery. I don't even know. Daco had a chance to ask him during this anniversary, and he didn't. I wish he did. So, Bite of 87 closes Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the second location, just after 2 weeks. That is where a lot of people get it wrong. They say, oh, it was open for years because Crying Child had to have gone to it during Midnight Motors. No, it was only open for 2 weeks. That is confirmed in the end scene of the second game. Yeah. So Michael's fired because he smells really bad because he's literally a rotting corpse. And they decided to re-upgrade the Wizards back into these new animatronics and reopen Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Now, it happens again though. They still smell bad. They can still smell like corpses. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza closes. Now, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza closes in the 90s. In the 2000s, 2005, I believe, or maybe it's 2000. The time of the movies confirms this. Bone Guy has his nights, and unfortunately, while he is there, he is ganged up by every animatronic and killed. Bone Guy is killed. And, Michael has his nights, and the events of Five Nights at Freddy's 1 take place, and he is fired once again, champing with the animatronics, trying to find, the terrible acts, the murders, the victims that his father did, and also trying to find his brother. And while he is there, he is contacted by his brother, Golden Freddy, who's calling out to him, it's me. But also, she's safe, which is confirmed by the new book. That Golden Freddy now has a second line. He says, it's me, she's safe. Cassidy.
I have that book.
Is that Cassidy? Who is she? It's probably Cassidy, but who knows? Maybe the she and she's safe and like David or possessing Funtime Freddy. Probably not. Probably not Phone Guy's kid or something. It's probably Cassidy. She's safe being Cassidy, and it's me being Crying Child. Yo, W.
I know what it is. I've read the book.
What?
So this is what it is. Phone Guy has a kid, and I think the ending means that she's safe by his kid being safe because he survived every night.
Wait, Phone Guy. Wait, what? I'll have to read the book. I don't know.
Phone Guy has a kid in the book.
W. Yeah, but I don't know if that's who they're referring to. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll read it. I'll catch up to you guys. Maybe she's safe means something else, but it's not that important. So yeah, it's me. Calls out to Michael, and yeah, he's fired. But now he knows where his son is. Or sorry, his brother is.
What?
And William is so angry. He dismantles all the animatronics, but their souls live on within the phantoms. The phantoms being their souls. And the souls, aka the phantoms, corner him in a back room. He is spring-locked, and he is killed.
I'm still on FNAF 1.
Yo.
Golden Freddy.
He is spring-locked, and he is killed.
It's me.
He's killed.
Then,
And he lost there for 30 years.
well, you didn't talk about them making the horror attraction.
That'll come up.
Whatever, like Fazbear Frights, I think it's called.
So for 30 years, Scrap Baby and Molten Freddy are roaming around. And so this guy, Phone Dude, he rolls up and he sees all this old stuff. It's been 30 years since FNAF 1 was open. There hasn't been a location open for 30 years. He finds all this old stuff and he's like, you know, this is really spooky. Let's make a horror attraction called Fazbear's Fright. So he opens up a horror attraction called Fazbear's Fright.
This makes sense. The spring lock happened before Mike came. It makes sense.
Yeah. 30 years before. And they hire Michael. They hire Michael for, what was I gonna say? They hire him to play the part of the security guard in this horror attraction. And then the events of Five Nights at Freddy's 3 happen. And during that game, Phone Dude finds Springtrap in a back room. And so Springtrap's about the location. He's trying to kill Michael. Stop him from, trying to figure out his past. And Michael is possessed by the Phantoms. Phantom, Golden Freddy, all the other Phantoms in the game, like Chica. Shadow Puppet, which is now confirmed. Shadow Balloon Boy, which is now confirmed. All led by the Puppet or Shadow Puppet going to get Michael. Right.
So he's just there for 30 years. Then Mike comes around, tries to find out his past. Then Springtrap doesn't let him.
So Springtrap's found by Phone Dude, and Phone Dude brings him to Michael. Like, brings him to the location that Michael's at. And then William sees Michael and tries to kill him because he hates Michael. He hates Michael because Michael killed the crying child. That's why he wants to kill him, because Michael killed the crying child.
Wait, that is true. Then that makes a totally new debate of which one of William's kids is his favorite.
Probably the crying child, because it's confirmed that in the books, at least, that he was like mean to Charlotte. Yeah, he was mean to Charlotte. Crying child was definitely his favorite, but he did torture him every night, so who knows? He was just a bad dad to all his kids. Anyway, the pieces are put in place, and the happiest day minigame happens, where they set free the souls of Cassidy and Jeremy, Fritz, Jeremy, Fritz, Gabriel, and Susie. So Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, Foxy, and Golden Freddy's spirits are all set free by the puppet. And Fazbear's Frights burn to the ground! But Dark Springtrap survives, a new animatronic called Dark Springtrap, because Michael had an exit plan, and Springtrap follows him.
Fazbear Frights.
And then it's the end of FNAF 3. It closes Fazbear Frights. But Dark Springtrap rises from the wreckage. So, in 2023, Henry...
Obviously 2023. He literally says so.
Henry, he builds an animatronic using the old Carney animatronic, maybe. We don't know. And creates Lefty, and he uses him to go capture the puppet, his daughter. And he actually uses audio using Rask to go get all these animatronics. Lefty, Scrap Trap, which is not a different suit than Dark Springtrap and Springtrap. He's just been roaming around the streets for years and years and years. And, if it's really a 30 year, no. So, he's been roaming around the streets. He's just withered, bro. And Molten Freddy and Circus Baby finally called all in one place.
So Mike works there. Springtrap.
Wait, are you that far behind?
So wait, yeah.
Yo, ice cream sandwiches, that's fire.
No, The most recent thing I wrote was a horror attraction called Fazbear Frights. Mike works their spring trap.
I think you're running out of paper, Leo. Apparently I do have paper.
Bro.
Mike works there, spring trap.
Okay.
What? He tries to
stop
kill
Mike.
him because Mike killed crying child. Alright, new paper. Shadow puppet leads phantoms to the happiest day mini game. Freddy, Foxy, Bonnie, Chica, and Cassidy are set free. Henry builds Lefty to capture Puppet. And lures the scrap animatronics. There you go. Oh wait, using Rask. Using Rask. Okay. So
ice cream sandwiches for.
yeah. So yeah. So he lures them to this new location, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place, the location he's opening, and
I'm gonna eat him.
he's just looking for any manager, but Michael ends up applying, and the events of Five Nights at Freddy's 6 happen. So
this game is so hard.
I beat it. Y'all can go watch that series where I beat every FNAF game in timeline order. It's over on the main channel. Maybe this will post on the main channel. I don't know. And so this is obviously representing Michael here and Henry, being, running it. What do you want to do with your life, Michael? So, Henry feels bad because he picked Michael. He didn't mean to. And, yeah, this mini game happens at the beginning of the game. Michael obviously gets Posh Pizzeria, maybe, because we know Music Man is there. He gets Rockstars Assemble because we know the Rockstars were there. He probably gets Trash in the Gang because we know Trash in the Gang's in UCN. He probably gets Mediocre Melodies. And he definitely gets Candy Cadet, Security Puppet, and probably Pickles too.
Why you need Posh Pizzeria for Pickles?
I don't know. So, yeah. And Scrap. They find Scrap Trap in the alleyway. Salvage him. Find Molten Freddy in the alleyway. Salvage him. And they go through the salvage minigames. They don't want another incident like last time where William was able to escape because there was an exit plan. So there's no exit plan this time. Henry, with himself, in the room for Ruin, burns down the place, killing everyone, and I mean everyone, in the location, and setting them free. Alright?
The craziest part?
And obviously, please place
Is
closes.
this happened while all the people eating there were inside? Because you do your work while the patrons are eating their pizza.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Henry basically just killed a bunch of people for no reason.
No, remember, it's Saturday, though. They're probably not open on Saturdays. I don't know, maybe. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place obviously closes.
What?
And
Randall.
Fazbear Inc. is no longer a corporate entity.
Saturday, they're most likely to go there because they can go with their whole family instead of going to school.
Who?
The kids that want to
Go where?
go it. I don't know.
And so they need to find the kids are happiest day. There's one person who's still not set free. They have to find him. And that is Crying Child. He's still not set free. So, these kids, through the events of FNAF World, go and find Crying Child and set him free. And all my consequences there. Who knows what he is? But yeah, in the events of FNAF World, they set him free. And while this is all happening, William burns in UCN, the game of UCN. And Daco beats UCN 50-20.
That's in the lore, no.
And this whole thing happens, which who knows what that is? Stupid though. Whatever. And the end.
I'm just gonna write big part of lore. Daco beats 50-20 mode.
Oh. And the end. They're all set free. Except that's not the end. I mean, we know that's not the end. Do I have the rest of it? I think this might be it.
$50, $20 more.
Oh no. Okay, I'm just gonna have to freestyle this, I guess. So, look. This is the timeline from 1 to UCN, which is the Afton Saga. But, obviously games happened after that that are most likely in the same universe. So, I mean, it's going to be a much quicker thing. Because I'm just going to be talking about it. I'm not going to be going into details and stuff like I did the last one. But I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what happens after Custom Night and World. Basically, years and years later, the company has jump-started again. And they create a VR game to forget the past, to make them forget the past. Maybe Scott might make it, actually, I'm pretty sure in the game. And they create VR1. But through the development of the game, you know, Jeremy dies. The glitch trap code. Glitch trap code.
Do I add the part that says VR game?
Yeah. This trap code got into the VR game and kills Jeremy. Vanessa is someone who works in the VR game, and she is possessed in the VR game and becomes Vanny. So that's what happens in FNAF VR 1. Then during security breach, Vanny is there while they're building the Pizzaplex, which is a new location. And Edwin is there as well. What the flip? How is he still alive? He should be like 1 trillion years old.
1 trillion-year-old Edwin!
Like, what?
And the best part is he can still work.
Mm-hmm. Who knows how that works? Maybe he was actually working at freaking this look. No, because 1979. I don't know, man. Edwin's there somehow.
He's like one of the first parts of the lore.
Yeah, I don't know. But he's there. And he implements the Mimic 1 AI, or someone does, but I know he's there, but they implement it into a tree, Tiger Walk, animatronic, whatever, the Pizzaplex games happen. Books. And the Mimic 1 AI kind of takes over the location and possesses every animatronic except for Glamrock Freddy, because Glamrock Freddy is a prototype. It's not fully implemented yet. He's a prototype. And the glitch trap virus I was talking about before, that is just the Mimic virus. The Mimic is everything. Mimic sweep. Mimic grabs all the old parts and he builds a blob Mimic. He makes Vanny build him a Mimic of, you know, he's built a Mimic. He mimics the stories he saw in the FNAF VR game. So he wants to mimic the Afton family, which he does in the post-it note room. He wants to mimic the Crying Child, which is why he gets Gregory on his side for a little bit until it turns semi-good at the end. But Gregory originally worked for the Mimic. He wants to recreate, the missing children in it, so that's why he built the Blob. And he wants to recreate William, so he tries to build Burn Trap, but Gregory stops him. No matter how much I hate Gregory. In the canon security breach ending being the one where they free Vanessa probably. And so security breach as a whole isn't fully canon. Scott said that himself in the interview. So who knows? But security breach happens, whatever. And then Ruin happens, where Cassie goes into the Pizzaplex to kind of look for Gregory. And it turns out to be the Mimic the whole time. The Mimic, the original Mimic, is back. Using those old...
But what I think is that's none of those are Gregory, but they're just a bunch of Mimic AIs.
What?
Like towards the end of the game, like at the ending where it's like, I don't know what that thing is.
Oh,
been trapped in.
The thing in the elevator? Yeah, maybe. But, the original Mimic is there and he's angry and he wearing the suits, maybe? Having the suits, at least, that Edwin used to stitch. He chases Cassie, and then Cassie, either from the Mimic's hands or from Gregory's hands, is dropped from the elevator and is killed. But Roxy, her favorite animatronic, helps her survive.
Okay.
And that's the events of Ruin. And then
Help wanted to.
Oh, I forgot. Wait, I'm gonna have to put an interlude. FNAF VR 2 happens before Ruin. FNAF VR 2, during FNAF VR 2, I think it's like the technician whose favorite animatronic is Bonnie and creates the Vanny mask, or at least uses it, is Cassie's dad, and they're who you play as during VR 2, and you end the glitch tap virus, and that's why he's just an endo during Ruin, but you end up possessing Mapbot.
I thought it was gonna be Roxy.
What was?
Her dad, because like at the end, what Roxy does.
No, her dad is Mapbot. And that's kind of all that happens in VR 2.
So they built the Pizzaplex.
Yeah, it's the second VR game. And then, yeah. That's VR 2. So yeah, after all this, FNAF VR 2, which happens before Ruin, Ruin kind of being the final game in the series right now. Who knows what's going to happen later. It looks like we're going to take a while to learn what happens later, because the next game is Secret of the Mimic. And we know when Secret of the Mimic is going to take place. It's going to take place right here. Right here in the timeline, which means it's going to be the new earliest game in the timeline. It's going to be right here or right here. Which is really interesting. 1979. It's going to be the new earliest game. So I'm really excited to see what new lore it has to bring. But as of right now, this is the complete FNAF timeline. Now, I know FNAF just did his complete timeline. I'm not watching it. Most people get them wrong. This is the only correct one. And yeah, Leo, you get all that?
I'm at the part where they build the Pizzaplex.
Maybe I'll just post it. I'll just post this video. Yeah, I hope you guys all enjoy, and I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.